Welcome to Whiskey Ginger, a wave series. Hey, I'm jumping around. Come see me. I'm going to be up in Canyonville, Oregon, February 14th. Then in March 14th, just 1 month later, the Bad Friends, Bobby Lee and I are going to be over at Lincoln, California, which is basically Sacramento. Then at the Wynn Casino, I'm playing Vegas. Viva Las Vegas, March 21st. March 27th, I'm going to be in Providence, Rhode Island at the Little Roadie Fest. Then April 3rd, I am going back to the Borgata in Atlantic City to that makeup date because of the weather. And finally, Bad Friends are playing Netflix is a Joke Fest at the YouTube Theater here in Los Angeles, California on May 8th. Go to andrewsantino.com for those tickets, andrewsantino.com.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It is Frank Caliendo, and you have to say it with an accent.
Yeah, but apparently at the beginning, you went Caliendo.
Well, it's Chicago,
Caliendo?
Frank Caliendo over there. You know Frank Caliendo?
It's fantastic. He was on his way. He was on his way to Armand's Pizza. He stopped at River Road Hot Dogs.
What was he doing over there?
I have no idea. That's what I was saying. He spent most of the time.
Well, his brother's ex-girlfriend was working across the street there.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, she
That's
was
what I
over
heard.
there.
There's
She
a lot.
died.
She did?
She died.
Nobody tells me anything
Well, I'm
anymore.
sorry. You don't get those phone calls no more. But you know why? Because when you moved, where are you out at? You're like at Edgewater somewhere? You live now?
I'm in Elmwood Park right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right over there.
Just across from the circle over there.
Oh, you're right next to it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you guys. Look, you move
You know
up.
where the
you gotta
park is? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But you know where the park is, right?
Of course.
They're just like 2 streets over, and it's us, and you're just right there.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know that. Yeah, Frankie's son was there for a month and a half doing a gig. He was building over there.
You're thinking on the other side.
On the upper side of the street?
Yeah, it's other side of the
Oh,
street.
yeah. Frank Caliendo, what a pleasure to have on the show. Thank you for coming to the show.
I love the speed of your intro, too.
Well, I have to get through it really fast.
Why is that? Just because everybody doesn't care.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares, which is the name of my new tour. Nobody cares.
Already taken. Because I'm
really?
already doing it. Yeah, I've done 3 of those so
No!
far.
Stop it.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. We met in Las Vegas. We were in a suite at the Palms at an after party, which had a basketball court inside of the hotel room.
Did you play at all?
When
Did
I
you
was a
hoop it
kid?
up? No, but I mean there.
Oh, I shot a couple times, and then the young guys took over. You can't get in their way.
No.
The guys in their 20s, they really wanted to hoop. And I'm just an old fogey now. I can't.
Hold on, I'm sorry to just get. Is the mic okay where it is? I feel like it should be closer to my mouth.
No.
I got you loud and clear.
Oh, you
You're
got
great.
me great.
But if you want me to fuck with it, I can do that.
No, and don't edit that. Just I want people to see how rude I am. You're in the middle of a
Yeah.
story.
No, I do
and
like
then
it.
I just.
Well, the mic, we did this. We put it at a position where, if you move, it moves.
Well, it's that thing where people tell you get real close to the mic and eat the mic all the time, and then I don't have to eat the mic here.
You don't
but
have
yours
to.
looks closer, so I started to worry.
We want to hide his face. We don't want to hide yours.
Correct.
Come on, we don't have to be honest.
No, but it's very, very true. A lot of times the comments are, hey, could Santino not be on the show and just speak to the guests from off camera like it's a documentary?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Most of our fans
And
would like that.
everybody looks to the side?
They'd prefer it. Yeah, they'd prefer it. There's a guy named Vlad TV. Do you know Vlad? Vlad only does interviews like that where he's not on camera. Very smart.
It's so interesting.
Well,
and
it works.
And it gets...
Oh, my God, they get millions of views.
And that hits the algorithm.
Yeah, I think
So
because
weird.
his voice doesn't sound like what he looks like.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting twist.
It's a lot of like hip hop gossip.
A lot of hip hop gossip,
Oh,
which you're
that's-
big into.
Yeah.
What is your musical taste?
Hold on, let's get back. I don't have one. Maybe
Really?
classic rock might be...
Like, what's your band of bands?
I see. I don't know. I know a little bit of music, but like in high school, I wasn't into music, so I started faking it. So I started getting like jukebox kind of songs. Like it was like everything was Steve Miller Band.
Yeah.
And
A lot of Journey thrown
there
in
was
there.
trying to think what else.
The
would have
Eagles.
been in it. Yeah, and then I had friends who were like really into like up and coming grunge, so like Saigon Kick, The Lizard.
Whoa.
I had their CD.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like weird stuff. If somebody else got into something, I would pretend that I was kind of into it too because I knew nothing about music. I do like went to see a Billy Joel concert.
Yeah, he's good.
I'll tell you this about Billy Joel.
You know him personally, I imagine.
No, I don't. I know. I'll tell you this about just seeing him from afar.
Oh, okay.
He has so much fun on stage.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anybody who entertains outside of comedy. Somebody who has that much fun just messing around and is that good at it. Like a lot of time you see a band and the lead singer wants to be a comedian the whole time.
Oh, we know all these bands. We've seen these bands many times.
And it's the opposite. A lot of comedians want to be a rock and roll star.
100%.
But he is so good at just from top to bottom, just weaving in and out, changing words and lyrics. Like I always thought impressions were a cheat code. You know, there's a cheat code to an impression, but there's an even bigger cheat code to musical comedy.
Oh yeah.
Because when you can strum the guitar in between the jokes, you can play as we're coming up. I'm assuming you did this too. You play like colleges or something like that, and you play the lunchroom at noon.
Oh yeah.
And nobody's listening.
Nope.
And people are just trying to figure out, how to shut you up and get the TV volume back on.
Yeah.
But you can strum that guitar and fill the silence.
Oh yeah.
It's a great tool.
Yeah.
So, people have done it with the piano a little bit too.
Yeah.
But the guitar is just so great because you can just go into a little riff and then you can rhyme something. Mm-hmm. And if you can rhyme something in a voice that sounds like somebody with a puppet, now
you're doing it. Now you're hitting strides.
Yeah,
there is a little trick. There is a little magician's trick to it all, right? Like even in comedy, you hear people's beats, and this isn't a negative thing, but everyone has their bag of tricks. And like Sebastian has a very rhythmic beat to the way he does his comedy, right? Or like, it's like we all find our little trick that helps the way that we write jokes. And musicians do the exact same thing.
Yeah, and one thing I've seen, and it is like playing music. It's like playing. This is somebody I did talk to about it. Michael Bublé.
Name drop.
Boobsies. Yeah. He talked about how he pulls from lots of different famous singers to get his sound.
He's like a chameleon, that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He really does
great
change shape.
impressionist.
Yeah, you hear sometimes when he sings, I can't tell that that's Michael Bublé. Do you know what I mean? Like if
if it's a Christmas song, you got a chance.
Well, yeah, but that's about it.
Okay.
But if Celine Dion is singing, I know it's Celine Dion.
Right.
Like Michael Bublé is a kind of guy where I'm like, he can do 10 different versions.
Because he knows how to do. He can sing in different songs.
How'd you get hooked up with him?
On TikTok, believe it or not, I said something to him on TikTok. I just left a comment going to see you in Vegas with my wife and daughter and my mother-in-law. And he said, "Is this really you?" or something like. I think it was verified. And then he's like, "Do you want to come up and do something?" So we do we go to the show. I don't tell my family at all. We're there in the crowd. We've got pretty good seats. Really good seats. We actually got moved to the seats where he could talk to me. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of the show, he starts doing Elvis, right? And he goes, "Listen, I can't do a great Elvis. I'm no Frank Caliendo." And my family looks around. My daughter's like, "What do you think he does it?" My wife goes, "Do you think he does it every show?" I'm like, "I don't know. Meanwhile, I'm kind of like nervous and just feeling it build up. Like, is that the moment he's going to do?" And then he dedicates a song to Juliet, my daughter, in the audience.
Whoa.
And my wife goes, "You didn't." I go, "Yeah, I kind of did."
Did you go on stage?
I didn't go on stage. He just came out to me, and I did some Morgan Freeman with him. It was funny because he had me do Morgan Freeman, and he's kind of a guy's guy too.
Yeah.
So most of his audience it's a lot of women,
a lot of ladies,
lot of ladies.
He's a lady killer, that guy.
He is.
Yeah, handsome boy.
Tremendous. But he had me do the Morgan Freeman. I don't remember if he had me do some Madden or something, but then he had me do some Trump. And it was kind of like the audience wasn't sure how that wasn't like the Trump crowd.
It wasn't exactly what we're talking about. And I did the quiet Trump, the one where it almost looks like I'm a ventriloquist. As I said, you don't say other words. You just say, "Am I talking right now? Am I not talking? Give me something to drink. I can drink. I'm going to drink. I'm one of the best at this. I drink while I'm talking."
Trump would try that, and
he would talk while he's
but he wouldn't be able to. But he's claimed, "I'm the best. I'm the best at talking with the drink. I talk with the drink. I'm the best. And the whiskey ginger. There's a lot of people that are the whiskey ginger, and the whiskey ginger. They would."
they would have a lot of trouble.
I try to do a different Trump than what everybody else does.
A lot of people's Trumps are up here.
That's
the common one, the high one, where he does this and you're a piece of crap. But if he goes down, little piggy. No, you're a little piggy. Dude.
Yeah, it's that pushing.
Strain.
Pushing through.
Yeah, but you do
So I
the
tried to do something different.
something low.
Something. I push it up.
And we spoke to him and we didn't like
didn't
anything
like
he was saying, and that's what it is.
Have you always done impressions? No.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause you're
maybe.
good at it.
I'm okay. I think it
Well,
was.
you're better than okay. I've seen what you do, and I've seen more and more because then I see something and then it shows up in the algorithm.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
So I try not to watch a lot of impressions because I don't want to be influenced by how somebody else does something.
See, that's my biggest. So my thing was always like I do more impressions of people I've met versus people that are famous.
Right.
That was always like the Chicago thing, or if I do another accent, it's someone I've met or something I've heard, and it's stuck in me.
Well, that help. I mean, but the thing is, it's probably because you haven't met as many of the people you have thought to do an impression.
Maybe some of them.
Because once you meet somebody, it unlocks something.
Wow.
There is a thing, and that's I did a sketch with Trump maybe 20 years ago at Trump Tower, dressed as Trump, and like we're just doing the stuff. And my Trump has changed since then, but his voice has changed.
Totally.
He does less of that one now. He still does it, where he does the power through.
Yeah.
But
The quiet one shows up a lot more because I haven't slept.
What did you do
Hold
with
on, I'm
them?
in the middle of a tremendous pause. I'm doing a great pause. A lot of people have regular pauses. They have pregnant pauses, and we're gonna make them keep the babies.
So what was the? What was
So good.
I think we just found a social media. Bing. What do I call? I like honesty and stuff too. Like I love that's one of the things I like about you is like just complete honesty in the
Yeah.
moment is.
Just give it to them.
Yeah,
That's what the people are
but
thinking.
I'm scared a lot. I mean, I think you're right. But I've done so much corporate work for so long,
Yeah.
and been part, with the NFL and stuff like that. That I always bring it back a little bit. I get worried about it.
Well, it's hard to do live on air, right? Like if you're
You
talking,
can't do it, because you won't get asked back.
yeah, and if you're doing Madden, and I'm sure John said wild shit.
Oh yeah, for legend has it he was like rough.
But you have to do this PG version.
Yeah, on there, right?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
have to.
yeah,
but live, you can do whatever you want.
Right. I'm clean though because I had so many people coming out. It wasn't anything other than I knew the people that were coming to see me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always really careful with that. But that might be getting unleashed more and more. We'll see. But
As time has gone
yeah,
on.
I just start to. I do less corporate work now, so it's like, well, now I don't have to be as careful with it. But yeah, Madden was known as like, this is like second and third hand stories. But like, your name's Dickhead. I'm going to call you Dickhead because your head looks like a dick. And so you got your body right there. That's a regular body, and then boom. I mean, you look at that. Whoa.
Dude.
So. So back to this is my life. I don't know if you always did, but meandering the way I
No, we meander. This show
Yeah.
is a meandered show.
But you hit the right the things on. There are people who do very generic impressions, and then there are specifics that are the toughest. I heard you doing Mark Norman. I heard you and Adam.
Adam, yeah, going back and forth.
Going back and forth, and do some of the Norman.
Hey, Caliendo, he's gay. He's not. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
See, and it's real close to how I would do Drew Carey. It's like, man, sounds pretty good. But if you bring it in, it's like more throat.
Yeah, it's way in my throat.
Right? And you do in that. It's that that comes from there.
I found Norman one time because I said something that sounded like it was him. And someone was like, it sounds like Norman said that. And then I wrote a joke that wasn't my kind of joke. It was a Normandy joke.
Right.
And then I started saying it as him to our friends. And that's kind of how it started. They were
Right.
like, that sounds just like Mark would say that.
I wonder if when Mark Norman, when people work with him, maybe he brings his own people with him all the time. But it was like when Dave Attell, when I was younger, anybody I saw work with Dave Attell, and then I work with Dave Attell. By the end of the week, I was talking like this. Yeah, like all my, like, what do you think John Madden would say?
Yeah.
How about this? And I'm just going, hokey dokey. Yeah. And I'm going, well, now I'm just doing Dave Attell
Through you.
through me, like, and I got to fix that. I mean,
Yeah.
there were those things. You see Brian Regan, you start repeating. Gonna go over here now. Gonna go the right side of the stage. Gonna go the right side of the stage, donut lady. Okay. And then you got to go from the big. You go from the really big. From the big one over here. Okay. Yeah. And then you kind of just do the aside. So I said, you ever been over there? Okay. Doing some of that. All right. Okay. Crazy. On Krypton, the big red one was the sun. Okay.
The face when you end on it is the
faces are cheat codes for when you don't have an impression. I always tell people the mouth tells you how the person talks. The eyes tell you how the person thinks. So when somebody does a Trump and they do the fish face, that
yeah.
okay, they get that, but they don't always. Especially if they're copying somebody, they don't get the acting part of it,
Right.
which is this is just doing Trump talking like this. You're talking and you're talking, but then when you
You add in the thought process, and it's a tremendous thought process. And a lot of people have a good thought process, but I had the best.
But so you add that. I talk about Jeff Goldblum. He looks like he's a painting in a haunted house. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes, you're going up the stairs. Where are you going? Ooh, look what's behind the door. I'll tell you, but not before the Wolfman grabs you. Ooh. He also looks like he's eating an invisible hamburger. Very good. Ooh, the mustard ketchup relish. Pickles, not relish. That would be on the hot dog. That's from a bit I've done before. And I just threw it in an accent. Muscle, what? Muscle memory. Ooh, 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 Oh, sounds vowels make, but aren't the classics. Ooh, now what I'm doing, yes. I don't know, I'm conjuring something. That's how I find a lot of stuff. I lost my brother.
Have you had someone get mad? Now the mic did fall a little bit. Pick it up so we can. There we go. That should be good. Did you ever do anybody that got mad at you for doing them?
Oh yeah. I mean the sports people are tough, which is what people know me for a lot of the time.
Like Gruden liked when you did.
Oh, he loves it, man.
Yeah, Gruden's the
tell you
best.
what, that's a lot. You could do that all day, man. It's like Captain America. I could do this all day. You see that? He was the first Avenger, man. There's a lot of Avengers, but Captain America, he was just this little guy, man. But he had intestinal fortitude and a shield, man. He didn't have that shield right away. He got it from Howard Stark. You know who Howard Stark is, man? That's Tony Stark's dad. Without Howard Stark, we're going to find out about Dr. Doom. You see that, man? Dr. Doom, he looks like Tony Stark. They're not saying why. We're going to find out. Yeah, he likes it. He
loves it.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Because he gets it. Because, I even asked him one time, and he said no, but he's like, no, I love you, man. I love you. But I was like, am I like keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer? Is that
No,
because
what you're doing is not. It's a tip of the hat. It's not
well,
like
I don't do impressions out of hatred. When you do impressions out of hatred, that was an improv person told me that you can do a character, and I just said it was the same with an impression. You can do it out of love for somebody, but attach an emotion.
Sure.
And find something you like about the person, and that's what I always try to do. It might be something it might not be something I like personally, but I'm amazed by the fact that they can do it.
Right.
That's more
understand.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you? Oh, come on! Like you were talking about tells with comedians, like a
rhythm that's very familiar.
From the beginning, and maybe it started with like Jack Parr, but I saw it through Johnny Carson, Leno, Letterman, Bill Maher. The step forward, like there's the step forward, like and the punchline's here,
right?
Punchlines, right?
They're telling you,
so it's giving you the information of when to laugh, and so you don't need a swear word, you don't need a curse word,
right? You can just give it.
Like
to
if you say effing this, after effing, I mean I can swear on this, but
don't. No, you can.
I knew I could, but I almost don't want to.
Don't do it.
I shan't.
Yeah. But it does give them the. It gives them the hey, it's right here.
Yeah, it tells you it's the tell. But the audience doesn't really. It's subliminal.
Right.
But it lets you know.
Right. But I want to know who got pissed at you. Who really got pissed?
Jim Rome, phenomenal, incredible. Right now, I am not looking at Caliendo in the eyes. I've walked past him a bunch of times, and it's like, and not seeing you. Like Madden did not like me at the beginning. I finally made his grandkids laugh. I do it in my act. I've told the story a bunch of times, but I made his grandkids laugh in Dallas at the Four Seasons Hotel, and it was like, I get it now. Like it just was a moment for him. Because if you're not in the club, NFL guys, football guys, it's like anything. They can make fun of each other. But this guy, I come in and it's like,
you're an outsider.
What's this guy? 5'6", thinks he's, being me. Hey, I see him, and then, people hear him, and they think that he's me, but he's not me, and then that confuses the people that don't see either of us.
Yeah, but you don't do the Madden because you kind of got.
Yeah, I didn't do much of it, but now with that movie, that Nicolas Cage movie, I'm like, well, that's going to open up doing it all the time.
You have to.
Everybody's going to talk to me about it. Like, why weren't you cast over Nicolas Cage in
And
this?
why weren't
which is
you?
the stupidest.
Why weren't you?
Well, there's a whole evolution of it. It was first, I think, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell was I could see the look from Will Ferrell. And he's got one thing that I've noticed in that movie, and just the promo for the teaser trailer for Madden. That the way they did Cage, like the mannerisms in the body are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like that was almost Chicago. Phenomenal.
Oh, is this phenomenal?
It's double phenomenal. First of all, they were looking for an A-list type of star. Hugh Jackman, I think, was going to be it at one time. Like there were rumors of these different, and people along the way would always ask me, "Why not you over Hugh Jackman?" Come on.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
any given day.
Any given day. Anybody I could be. Yeah, I was almost Wolverine.
You were.
I was. The
suit didn't fit. Is that what it was?
No, I was a little too gruff.
Yeah,
a little too tough. They were like, you got to squint. Although Wolverine in the comics is like a tiny little guy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, Wolverine is a very small animal.
Yeah.
The irony being a big man cast for a tiny little animal. Yeah, that is true. It's
so the Wolverine is like in Deadpool when they had the little Wolverine, that was like the joke for inside comic people.
Yeah.
That like, oh, that's the real Wolverine, not
See,
that's
you should
lean.
have been.
He's 5'3" in the comics.
5'3".
Yeah.
Bobby height.
Yeah, that's Kevin Hart. Talk about Wolverine, man. On DraftKings. I always find a word or thing they do, and like I use a lot of impressions. It's like in and out. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, snap, clap. Here we go.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shaq?
I think it's pretty good.
But I do like to use impressions, almost like a radio producer pressing a button in sound effects.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some where I like to go way off and do it for a long time. But with that Nicolas Cage thing with him, but the thing is, that's going to have a lot of young people thinking that that's what Madden sounds like, because he's still Nicolas Cage. Right?
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, folks, John Madden here. Boom! So it's going to be like, well, people talking to me about, you don't sound anything like John Madden. I'm like, I'm pretty good at it.
It sounds identical. That sounds exactly like what I heard as a kid. That's what Madden sounded like to me.
Yeah, I mean that thing right there.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that there.
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 Yeah.
There. Yeah, it's like almost like you have a ping pong ball stuck in your mouth and you got to talk around it. Like the ball is just there and your tongue's going around underneath it, and you're trying to. It's almost like you're trying to balance the ping pong ball inside your mouth with an airflow, but at the same time you're still trying to communicate.
But I get why you don't. It's funny because a lot of these people, as time goes on, their voice changes, their intonation changes, right? As with TV and time.
Older people their voice gets raspier most of the time.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of times deeper. So,
but you did that sounded like the original. Like as a kid too, like the way that Will Ferrell did Harry Carey as a Chicago guy.
Yeah,
I started to only hear Will Ferrell
Right.
Instead of, because I remember Harry didn't always sound that way, but it was always so big.
Well, did you ever hear John Caponera? He was the Caponera.
Oh, yeah.
The Caponera's that's the Caponera.
Right.
Hey, that's the kid in the sombrero. What's he doing over there? Right. That's my opener. So that's that. But that's the fun thing is you take the impression and then make it into a character.
Right.
Like my Madden became the, I just swallowed my face.
Yeah.
That's what it's like with Gruden. He's doing that, man. And now with him at Barstool, it's like
he's doing it so much. He's buying into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's going crazy. And he's the only guy I've ever seen. Like he can be wearing a Pizza Hut shirt with a Domino's hat, man. I tell you what, we're selling the shit out of this thing, man.
I do, but it is funny because it's like you pick an era of an impression and you have to stick to it. Because if you keep
talk
changing,
about how it changes, or
right.
you can do. There is some of that. I mean, I'm trying to think of people have done. I used to do something like it, but I've seen plenty of people do it since the eras of Pacino. When he was young, he just talked kind of like that.
Yeah,
just very, very, very at the front of the throat, front of the mouth, and then it came down, and then by the time he was instead of a woman, he was Southern somehow. U.S. Army retired. I got something in my teeth. The whole movie.
Him playing blind is really what it is.
Yeah, it's like almost the time it is.
It's like when he goes blind, that's when it became like a.
I'm blind, and my sense of taste has become greater than I ever thought possible.
All right, I'm going to give you one. You tell me who you think this is.
Okay.
Because this is, as a kid...
Tracy Morgan.
Got it. I would
I'm great at this.
I would do impressions of announcers.
Okay.
So I have an announcer, but it's a nobody, but it's like 10 different announcers.
Okay.
So I would say... Dodgers are up to the plate, and what's going to happen there is he's going to swing away no matter what the call is. It would be like I would take a little bit of...
Yeah, there's a little Steve Stone.
Yes, a little bit of Stone, and then I would try to do...
Vince Scully?
Scully, but Scully was never that high.
Yeah, a long fly ball
Long
deep into
fly
center
ball.
field.
Center field.
Center field.
Center field. But I would steal
And
from all these
now
announcers.
for a little political moment.
Yeah.
He would throw those. He would be so much. People would come after him so much the way he used
Well,
to
he
do.
threw in stuff. He'd throw in...
My friend John Holmberg, who I told you about, the radio guy,
Yeah.
he and I are working on coming back with a podcast. We did it for a while. But he has that great Scully, and he does the thing where he's like, he just goes on diatribes in between balls and
it's
strikes.
one of my favorite things.
And it's fantastic.
Father
It's
lost his
phenomenal.
legs at war, and that's 2 strikes at the plate.
And I'm laughing at this.
Yeah, it would just be like a peeling off of. But that's because as a kid, baseball was like my first love.
Mine too.
And so I would hear all these different announcers, and they all they had the same thing, which was
The baseball announcer has not evolved. It's
No, it's
almost
the exact
the same.
same
A long
thing.
fly ball deep into center field. Like what's his name from The Simpsons? Who does
Hank Azaria?
Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
He hit on that somewhat with. Are we playing Password?
Yeah, we are. Round.
I don't know. I can't.
Yellow.
I have a problem with name. I'm
so bad.
I'm 52, but this might maybe it is for you too. But that's my whole game. Is like I'll forget the name of an impression I do in the middle of my act. Be like, and I start
shit.
to sweat. I'm like,
Was it Azaria or was it Harry Shearer?
No, it was Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria did.
Because Shearer did Vin Scully on
He
SNL
did.
as
He
well.
did.
No, that's. But I wasn't thinking Vince Scully. He had the show.
Brockmeyer. I got it.
And Brockmeyer, I think, talked like that most of the time.
Yeah, it was like a tip. It was like a little shout to a few different guys that had that same wild
But
inflection.
there is that. I don't know why baseball has involved. Maybe because they have to fill so much time.
so much time.
But football announcers, I don't think they could do what they did back in the day with Madden and Summerall. When Summerall would do that to the 20, to the 25,
Right.
There's a flag. Maybe Al Michaels a little bit.
He'd be the only one that could get away with it.
But and he gets blasted all the time.
Why?
Because he's doesn't have a ton of energy.
Yeah, but I don't need it. I don't need that.
He was doing this thing, and Holmberg texted me this too the other day, so I know it's true. And I'd heard it. I only heard it once, but he'd heard it 4 times. Al Michaels started saying, "The entire arena rising as one," and was like, "That's a Bill Walton." The entire arena rising as one, and Al Michaels doing it. I'm like waiting for a throw it down, big man. Unbelievable. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. So it was like, what? Wait, why is he channeling Bill Walton this night?
Because they pull. I think everybody pulls from something else they've heard, and it's hard to get away from it.
There is that, but that's such a different. The entire arena rising as one.
Yeah.
That's such a Bill Walton.
Very
That's
much,
like
yeah.
the football conference of champions, the NFC. Unbelievable.
And by the way, a true statement there, by the way.
Yeah, right?
NFC is the best.
Wait, are you Bears guy?
I am.
Bears guy? Bears guy?
Chicago Bears did a little damage over there against Green Bay Slackers. Someone wasn't doing their job, kicking a bunch of bad kicks over there.
Would you see what happened between him and LaFleur? That was fantastic.
Fantastic.
You know that?
Loved it.
That
2 seconds in and out.
In and out. Well, not even 2 seconds. I'd like to put a stopwatch on that.
Tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to go over there to floor myself, have a little couple of words with him, you know?
Yeah.
Because look, I played high school football too.
What exactly is LaFleur? What is it? The flower?
Yeah, that's he's a flower boy, flower girl as far as I'm concerned. And it's not me being mean about women or nothing, but
and why would you?
I don't know.
We get the ladies.
We do get a lot of ladies, you and I. Well, you're single again, though.
Yeah. It's falling that way.
Yeah, it's going to keep going.
It's going to keep going down.
Well, just the winter weight's going to come off. I mean, that's the problem. It's like summer comes, the winter weight will come off. We go to the lake, It'll be nice. I'll get my body back. I'll get my body back.
My body back. Did you say body back or body bag?
I'll get my body back. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
I understand.
I said on the show before.
Hold on a second. Cut that. You're going to cut that, right?
My favorite thing about Chicago is, like, when I go home, my biological father will meet. He is like so Chicago. It's like painful. He does this that many Chicago people do. They talk to you as if you're aware of all the people they're talking about. Mm-hmm. So he does these like kind of tree conversations. And I learned it from listening to him about how he'll go, when Grandpa worked at Arlington, he worked at the dog track and the horse track. When Grandpa worked at Arlington, remember Sheila who worked in the window with him on 6? No, of course I don't. Sheila's son moved to Los Angeles. I'm going to get you guys together. I don't know him, Dad. I can't. No, but you should meet him. He wants to be in Hollywood, too. Well, it's all for you now?
Hollywood.
Yeah, but it's almost, they speak in, and that's a very Midwestern-y thing to be like, take him in. Take him to dinner.
We'll make connections.
His mother went to school with your aunt. Your Aunt Lisa.
That's why I sent you to ASU, to make connections. We paid for all that.
You went there for 4 years. Never forget, okay?
Yeah, no.
That was a lot of money. You think that money grows on the trees? We don't got money trees, pal.
No. And the roots and the way it all forms underneath. I mean, it's not, people think about, the branches of money, but it's underneath.
It's underneath. It's down.
Going into the soil.
Down there. Yeah, it's down there.
Grabbing onto the minerals. It's a lot of work.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, this podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is incredible. It's the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. I've talked about them so much, man. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace is going to give you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. They're incredible. You've probably heard me talk about Squarespace. If you haven't, you're new to the show because the SEO tools on there help you get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions. This way, you're going to show up all the time, much more often for people that are looking for stuff that you are offering, whatever that may be. Whether you're someone who's creating video content on there, Squarespace makes it easy to embed that stuff on your site, or whether you're someone that just wants cutting-edge design that showcases whatever you're creating, whatever you're making, whether it's work or you're someone that's selling your content, your products, or your brain, you can do it through the help of Squarespace. So go over to squarespace.com/whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using that code whiskey. You got it. Squarespace.com/whiskey. Save 10% off the first purchase of a website or domain and use that code. You know it. You love it. That's whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Yes, I am a proud of the Bears. Hopefully, this will be out
I didn't think
after
that, I
what
thought-
happens.
My son texted me when that game was on. I go, it's done. I go, second half is going to be bad. The Packers seem to fall apart a lot in the second half. I grew up in Wisconsin. I grew up outside of Milwaukee. And I was like, I just think Caleb Williams, he doesn't make a lot of the easy throws, but then he makes these crazy, great
Unbelievable
plays,
throws.
like fantastic moments. And as soon as I saw a couple of them, I go, and when Green Bay, when they missed the extra point,
Yeah,
and I
missed
was like,
two other kicks,
I was
too.
like, it's over.
Yeah.
You can't do that because Caleb Williams just has something going, especially this year.
He did. And Loveland, shout out to Loveland, one of the best rookies I think I've ever seen. I mean, that kid can catch anything in the sky. It's just, yeah. The game was great. It was amazing to watch. The roller coaster we had at my house, I was like so upset, so happy, so upset, losing my mind.
Yeah, I just felt like I don't know. In the first half, my son said to me, he goes, "It's over." I go, "It's not over." I go, I've just seen this before, and because the Packers didn't have the pass rush.
Yeah.
And especially when Caleb Williams would get out in that open field and he would just do some crazy, and I was going, there's too much of the crazy stuff.
Too much crazy stuff going on. Did you raise your kid now? Packers has been passed down or no?
No, we kind of just, I don't know. I was working with the NFL stuff a lot during the time, so it wasn't really picking a team.
Sure.
Because I would meet players and know players, and then I have my son meet people. And that's always my goal. Is like when we came to see you.
Yeah.
Like my son, and this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment. It's 100%.
I'll take it.
Not that.
Hit me.
He would always call you that Andrew guy. That Andrew guy. That Andrew guy who he went to ASU. He's like that Andrew guy, but he knew who you were, which is what is important with him.
Yeah.
He's a smart kid. He's a very smart kid.
I could tell.
But he doesn't like. He goes, "Who's that Jimmy guy at night?" You know, like Fallon or Kimmel. He goes, "I don't know," but he doesn't care about it. He can tell you the 12th man on the bench of the New Orleans Pelicans. But he has, like in Hollywood, it's like he's just decided to do that to me.
Yeah, it's 'cause it's
like,
you.
It's
Yeah.
my business.
Yeah.
But it's like he'll talk about that guy. Like although he does know Shane Gillis. That's
Yeah.
like because he likes Shane Gillis
Shane is
so
the
much
one.
more than me.
Yeah.
No. I text like Gillis followed me on Instagram and I said something. I go, my son went to go see you and he likes you more than me. And he just like I'd never met Shane. I just found it very funny, but it was like the people my son likes. I'm like, he's got good taste in comedy. He likes Shane Gillis and that Andrew guy.
And that Andrew guy. Well, he came under you, watching you go through your career. Getting raised under that has got to be a little wild. It's
I don't
hard
think they
to
pay. My kids didn't pay attention that much.
Really?
They just like the free stuff that it gets you. I think that's what. My daughter, and with the agents and stuff like that, I'll get tickets even if I had to pay for them. I get really good tickets to things like Harry Styles and like really good stuff. That's why I stay just enough above the fray and in the public ether, I guess, in the ether so I can still ask for things that my kids are like. My son meets like lots of pro athletes and stuff like that because they all know me from coming up and
NFL on Fox.
Yeah, NFL on Fox, and coaches know me even more than like it's weird because when you think about some of the players are like 21, 22.
Yeah, they're kids.
It's unbelievable when
Yeah.
you meet somebody and you go, my God, you're really young.
Yeah, they're children. I mean, they're men out there on the field, but you meet them, you're
It's
like, oh, you're a young guy.
Yeah.
Well, and as we get older, they get younger,
Yeah,
so
I'm
it is
50
funny
I'm
to watch.
52.
I'm 42, but I feel like any of the pro athletes I know, I meet them and I forget sometimes. I'm like, oh God, yeah, you're 20.
You're at the end of like the fall. You're done. You could only
I'm in.
play.
It's
you
over.
could play for the Rams or the Steelers.
You think I could sign up?
I think
they still take me.
You got the height. Pretty good wingspan. We'll
Yeah.
do measurements on the way out. We'll check your.
Yeah, check my stats.
Seems like you have the intangibles.
Yeah. My 40's pretty good too.
Really?
Yeah. I got around like an 8-second 40, 8.5 second 40.
That's,
I'm getting down there.
have you tried to run a 40 in the last?
Oh my God.
My son was playing flag football. I tried to run a 40. This is probably eight years ago, something like that. I was fairly fast as a kid. I ran I ran just under 5. I was a running back. I tore my leg. I was probably 4'9".
You tore ACL?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And but I wasn't compared to fast people. I wasn't fast, but growing up in Waukesha, Wisconsin, I thought I was fast.
Sure.
Until you see what fast really is.
Yeah.
But where was I going with that?
Running a 40.
Oh, run. Then I tried to run the 40 when my son was playing flag football, and all the slow kids on the team beat me. Like the 12-year-old, like the 11-year-old fat kid, like he's Chunk from the Goonies, and I'm doing the trouble. I'm like, and I get the time. I did it one of my own ran, and the guy's like 6.5. I'm like 6.5.
6'5", yeah.
That's too, almost. That's second and a half slower at least. I mean, like let's do this again. Let's shorten it.
Give me a 20. Can I do 20?
Yeah, I can't. And 40 yards when you're young doesn't seem like much.
No, it's a fair.
When you're 40-something years old, it's like 60 feet 6 inches to the plate. When you're a kid pitching, you're like, okay. You get back out there and you realize how far it actually is. Try and shoot an NBA 3-pointer.
It's nuts.
You're like, I can't see. Can I get my readers? Like, what is going on here? Like, all that stuff that you just assume. As a kid, I could just pick up a bat and hit. I could do whatever. I try to swing a bat now, and it just, the whip isn't there. I'm like, what?
You throw your back out.
Yeah, I'm 50, last time I tried was like 45 or something. I picked up and they're like, man, you can rake. I was like, but I was barely getting it out of the infield. Like, I'm hitting the sweet spot on the bat. I'm like, I go,
bloopers.
And it's just, it's just doing this. I'm like, I got a hold of that one. It could be. It's to the second baseman.
That's Will, right?
Yeah, that was close. That was kind of in between. I was trying to, holy cow, if a guy... That's more actual Harry.
Right.
If there's a guy on first base and a
first.
guy on second base, who's on first? It's been so long since I did it. Like, and then that the Will was the hey.
Will was so much more like, hey.
Yeah.
My Grace, one of the greatest Cubs. He would do. It's almost like painful when he would do it.
Jeff Goldblum. If I was a pie and I was on a conveyor belt, would you eat me?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If the moon were made of cheese, would you eat it? But that, I always heard that as a kid. So I remember hearing Harry and being like, that is the funniest version of Harry.
Yes, I think, but that's what Will Ferrell does. I mean, Will Ferrell didn't do the best George W. Bush.
Not even close.
He did the funniest
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And his was that college, the college frat boy.
Yes.
Bush.
Yeah, bad boy, but like party and drinking.
Mine was like a Bush as a little kid. So it's like, it was like he was amazed by everything. Like, that sounds pretty good, man. Just, subtle, which I guess in subtle, the B is more subtle than I am saying it right now.
God, that's so good.
Yeah, that was one. I mean, that was like that was back in the heyday. I used to work on these so hard. Too.
So when you're working out stuff, when you're really working it out, are you doing it to a small room, or are you just doing it on your own?
You got to do it a bunch, and then I do it on the radio and bounce it off of people.
Right.
It's like when you bounce it off people, you can bail it out, and people will give you feedback because you can't always hear what you're getting wrong.
Is there another impressionist that you kind of look to for the help for stuff? If you were like, hey,
well, that John Holmberg and I, we go back and forth.
Yeah, he's like
we go because we think he's like an evil version of me, and he has no holds barred, and but we've developed quite a few together, and it's just. But there are other people. I'm trying to think along the way. Have been some other people, but I always take the notes from, like, I'll work with somebody, or I'll meet somebody that worked with. When I met somebody who worked with Bill Walton, they'll be like, Bill says this and does this and do this, and then I'll listen for that even closer.
Because those phrases are cues into like.
Yeah, that's what people always say. Everybody has, like you said, those beats that and for me. Even getting into an impression, there are the little starters. There's with the Goldblum, ooh, yes, I. Another vowel, ooh. But there are those, wait a second.
Yeah.
But you find what they are.
What's the starter for Madden?
Probably,
know.
there's and he used to do this thing. Yeah, and he would yes and
Yeah.
whoever he was working with. And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what
I want to give me the starter for Morgan Freeman.
yes.
Yeah.
Or truth of the matter is, sometimes a man decides to talk the way he does, and sometimes it just happens.
It's unreal. Honestly, it's and by the way, Morgan Freeman sounded the same for 30 or 40 years.
He has aged though. You can hear. No, he actually. If you listen, you just hear a lot of older Morgan Freeman stuff.
Yeah.
If you hear him now, you can tell. And do you know who Josh Robert Thompson is?
I don't think so.
Because he loops for him some, and he's got probably the best.
The guy who does him. Yes,
Yeah.
I do know who that is.
He was even telling me one time about how Morgan Freeman sounds so much older, but we don't hear it all the time.
Right.
Sometimes you hear a little bit of it. It's a little bit up here, and there's not as much power behind it. But we all think about that. If I climb through 500 yards of the filthiest slop, I can't even imagine. We think Shawshank is.
Yeah.
Trying to think of some of the other starters for people. Well, Gruden is, I tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can go anything. I tell you what, man, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I'm nodding you see that microphone, man? Tell you what.
Tell what?
I was gonna ask, what's the starter for Robin Williams?
Oh,
yeah.
oh my gosh. Oh no, who knew, huh? Kind of an amazing thing. But a lot of people did the over-the-top Robin Williams. What I went for was the one where you grow a beard and win an Academy Award. Just get quieter. It's an amazing thing, isn't it?
Did you know Robin?
No, and his son came out to see me in San Francisco, and he was going to bring Robin out to meet me. He's like that. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do my dad better than you. I was like, thanks. That's the coolest thing. He goes, I'm bringing him out, and he was going to bring him the next day, and then they didn't come, and I was like, heartbroken. Then 2 or 3 days later, I see Robin Williams in rehab.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I was like, I was still mad.
Yeah, you should be.
You should have. Yeah, I could have saved it.
It could have been on you.
I could have been your Patch Adams.
I saw a different Robin when I saw him return to the Comedy Store. When he came back to the Comedy Store after years and years of not coming back, it was a different Robin. It was
Really?
quiet. It was very pensive, and it was interesting because as a kid, all I would see was how explosive he was. And then when he came back, it was just at a different time in his life, and it was so different to watch him. It wasn't the same comedy. It wasn't even the same rhythm of comedy or the same kind of style. It was like a different guy. It was kind of not a bad thing, but you're like, oh yeah, the comics especially, we all keep changing. But you saw him change dramatically.
That and less cocaine.
Yeah, much less cocaine.
With less cocaine, that's a kind of stepping back.
He did, yeah. The biting of the lip thing is what he does a lot too.
Yes, you got to just think about it for a second. It's a wonderful thing, Okay. I'll just be over here, somber.
Who could you never get?
Lots of them.
Who's the one that you always tried to? You were like, God, I wish I could get it, but it doesn't work.
Who is what? I mean, there's just so many that I can't do. Chris Berman took me forever because it just turned into Al Pacino. When they're close to somebody,
yeah,
that always makes it tough. I'm trying to think of somebody. Jack Black, I hit every once in a while, and I can't figure out how to keep it
get
there.
it back.
Yeah, it's like I'll get it, dude. Ladies and gentlemen. See, it's in there.
Yeah,
it's in there, and you got to get the R's.
Ladies.
Dude. Legend of the Kung Fu Panda. Ladies and gentlemen.
That is it.
It's there, and then it goes in and out. But I don't work. I have to just do. It's repetition.
Yeah.
I have to do it over and over and over. And if I can't think of a really good bit, I'm just like, well, I don't work on it. I'm just like, I'll just do social media things and just do 2 words.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'll do.
But if you're doing it for the stage, like if you're doing it for the show, you write the bit with the person in mind, or you'll write the bit and then try to.
Well, I try to make an observation about the person and then act it out and then take it to wherever that takes me. So, for example, Pacino, he they teach you in acting to be curious. Like you don't really, you know the script, but you're not supposed to know what's coming.
Right.
But he takes that to the next level. He's like,
Okay. So what happens here?
well, you're turning on a light switch.
Wait a second. You mean I flip a switch over here and a light goes on over there? Oh. That's sorcery.
Or he yells in movies for no reason. So that's what I cast him as librarian. That was the bit I originally did.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is their persona and how can I take it out and make it something else? So, for example, in my act, or even, when I'm doing, publicity or whatever, Morgan Freeman can narrate anything. A joke doesn't work,
And that's when Frank realized he needed a better punchline. See, what he should have done was gone from this to that.
yes, that would have made it a lot better, wouldn't it?
Ooh, I was sitting over here still somber. I'm trying to laugh, and it's not happening.
So it's those, that's kind of my cheat code is just go between voices. So the rest of the show, or Trump will try to,
I'll explain it. I'll make it better. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make it so much better. What do you think, Joe?
Folks, I don't even know we're doing this. Come on. Where are we?
my joke with Biden is he's the only guy I've ever seen listen with his eyes. Like, Mr. President.
Folks. Hey, how are you? Come on. What are you doing? The guy with the thing. I don't have to tell you.
You did have to tell us. You're the president. I would have told you it wasn't your turn.
Well, guess what? It is again. I'm back.
And that's how I like to stay in the middle in terms of politics and I like to make fun of everybody. The tough thing is audiences are so narrow nowadays, except for the superstars and politics. That's why I do the politicians,
Right.
like the presidents. Like I do those because everybody knows them.
Right.
But if I was to try and do Saul Goodman, I can kind of, did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Like I can get that, you would know who it is, but that's all I can say. But at the same time, like you do that in a show and like 90% of the audience doesn't know what it is, even though it's like my favorite show.
Yeah.
So it's one of those weird things where, and that's why sports works so well, because most people that know a sport know most sports.
Yeah.
And if you do a Charles Barkley, that guy's a knucklehead. He's really, really bad at everything he does. It's really ridiculous. That's what I said to him. I said, Caliendo has no idea.
There's a story that I kept quiet for the longest time, because Charles Barkley had told me. He goes,
John Madden wanted to sue you.
and I go, I know.
He's like, I talked him out of it.
I was like, how did that go?
He's like, well, he called me and said, this Caliendo, he's a problem. We gotta get him.
It's like, because I'd done these Dish Network commercials years ago, and I did impressions of them on the commercials. And Madden, and he probably was in the right. Like, he's like, even though you could tell it wasn't him, but it was like, hey, they're using our likenesses to try and sell this stuff. And to me, it was definitely parody, so you could tell, but at the same time, you're trying to sell something, so it's in a gray area.
Right.
But Madden didn't like it at all. He just didn't like me, and he didn't know me. The only guy who didn't care really was Dr. Phil at the time. And
He doesn't care. Adam does him
he doesn't-
live.
yeah,
he couldn't
loves
care
it.
less.
Although one time, Dr. Phil was doing a promo. I don't think I was dressed as Dr. Phil for that. Maybe I was dressed as Dr. Phil, but no, I wasn't on that one. The first time I met Dr. Phil, he comes and he's like, so you're doing me here? And he just grabs me like a Vulcan nerve pinch. He's like, I think it's pretty good. But he did a sketch with me at the Super Bowl, 15 years ago, where I'm like, did you know? And I'm just going off, and then Dr. Phil comes walking in behind me. I'm like, and that's what, oh boy.
Yeah.
One of those kinds of things.
Wait, so did Charles really stop Madden from suing
Yeah.
you?
So he never told anybody the story. But then with the Kelsey brothers on a podcast, Barkley told the world about that. And I was like, okay, now I can tell him talking about that story. Because I'd never asked Charles. I was too scared to ask Charles, like, can I talk about this? But he never talked about it.
Right.
And then he did talk about it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start talking about it now. But Madden, he did want to sue. Then there was countersuits and stuff. I had myself indemnified from the beginning. Because I was like, I don't know if you could do this, but I will take the money.
Yeah, but that's on DirecTV, not on you.
Yeah, but it was Dish Network. But it was
Dish,
back
yeah.
in the time.
I mentioned their only competitor.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
Well, and then it was funny because then recently there was that Barry Katz thing going around where Barry's telling the story. Listen, so Frank Caliendo, he gets this deal, this commercial, and I said, how much would you do it for? And he's like, $1. I'm like, you would do this for $1? I'm going to get you more money. So I went to the people. And Dish Network, I don't know if it's around anymore. So maybe look it up. I don't know if it's around anymore. And he was telling, who was he telling it to?
It was another, it was a comedian, wasn't it?
It wasn't Swartzen. I'm trying to think, but he's like, and so I said, there's more than $1 here. So I go and I come back. And I tell Frank, it's $50. I got you $50. And Frank's like, I'll take it, man. And I'm like, I just think there's more money. And I don't know what it was, but there was something inside of me that told me there was a lot more money. And then so I come back, and it comes back, and it's $200 million. But the gist of the story was 100% correct. The numbers were not right, but it was so funny the way he told the story. For people who don't know, he's a legendary comedy manager. But the way he told the story is like, so let me tell you this story. I was working with Frank Caliendo at the time. You know, he does the voices. He's very good. And I don't know if this company's around anymore, but Pizza Hut. Have you heard of Pizza Hut? So Frank said, I want to do a Pizza Hut commercial. And I said, I'd love to get you that, man. It would be incredible. I go, I'm going to talk to him. So I talked to him, and they offered him one pizza. Frank says, I'll take it. I said, I think there's more pizza there, man. So now I go back and forth, and I come back, and I get him 50 pizzas and a bunch of money, and Frank says, I'll take it. I said, I don't think so. I said, I think I can get you more. And now I come back the last time. I'm like, you're not going to believe this, Frank. He's like, what did you get me? I go, you fucking own Pizza Hut. You're the biggest Pizza Hut franchise owner in the history of the world.
There are people that don't know. You have to see the original Barry Katz. Who's it with? Did you look it up?
I'm trying to find
God, it's so funny.
But the gist of the story was kind of correct. But he goes, Frank had never even made $25,000. I canceled another gig that was over 50 at the time. But people
just to
like,
get
I don't like to talk about them. Like, I've never been one that talks about the money.
Sure.
But I was like, he's making it sound like he wasn't doing it on purpose. He was making it to have himself sound good, but he was making me sound pretty dumb.
Yeah, but he was doing it to make him be like, and managers, they can really do it.
They can do anything. You can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. Dane Cook. I was working with Dane for many years, and he's like, I want to do a 5,000-seat theater. I said, Dane, you're going to sell out Mars. You're going to be interplanetary. You're going to be the first interplanetary comedian. Elon Musk, nobody even knew yet what he was going to do, like try and colonize Mars. He was ahead of the game.
Did he repped you for how long?
Quite a few years.
Are you one of those guys that stuck with someone for your whole career?
I was with him for a long time, yeah. I mean, he was great for me. To a certain point, then I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Do you still have rep now, or you do?
No, I just have an agent. I mean, people try to manage, but I in a book. My brother works for me, and he kind of advances everything and books travel and everything like that. So I'm like, well, I can always get a hold of my brother.
Yeah, it's my brother.
Like if it's Saturday and a flight goes down, he's not. In Malibu right now.
right. Or dealing with 50 other clients.
Yeah. But it's not like my brother. My brother's not my manager. I wouldn't have him make entertainment decisions, but
administrative. You need him.
That's a big part of why you're paying a manager for 100%. Them to do all that.
Yeah.
And do you have management?
I haven't had a manager in. God, it's got to be 8 years now or something like that.
It's like if you're not good at the business side of things, or if you don't understand how to get yourself where you don't have somebody you can trust. They're,
Yeah.
they're great or
Yeah,
fine.
they're helpful.
And they can tame the agents with the, a lot of times agents will have terrible ideas and the manager will be like, this is a bad, like an agent. I always tell people the idea behind an agent is like, we're going to get you every piece of work in the world. And the manager's job is like, we're going to shape your career.
Correct, yeah.
So if you kind of know what you want to do, and I just wanted to do live dates, I was just kind of like, well, I don't know why I need that right now.
Sure.
I tried to have a couple. I had another really good one, a couple, but I tried because they would ask me, do you have management? I'm like, no. And then they wanted to work with me, and then they got annoyed with me because my brother did everything. And if somebody did something, I'd be like, well, I'd get mad if somebody booked something poorly. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, well, let's just have my brother do that, and you just make entertainment decisions. And I actually, with Tim Sarkis, I had that. He was great, and his office was great. And he's, but I was like, at a certain point, I was like, I'm just doing the road. He goes, I get it. Yeah,
But at the beginning, when you
I couldn't even get on Comedy Central, and Barry got me into rooms with people.
you didn't get a half hour out of them, or
I
an
did,
hour?
yeah. I had that back in the day. I was trying to get on Make Me Laugh, and I couldn't even get on that show Make Me Laugh, and that was in Comedy Central.
What about the Mad TV SNL world?
I went to audition for. I never auditioned for SNL.
You never did?
No, because I went to L.A. and I had like such a crazy LA experience where everybody just started offering me tons of money because I would do like 50 impressions in 5 minutes. And I would do it all. We called it the 5 minutes of fury. I don't remember what it was, but it was kind of my act condensed.
Yeah.
And it was just going from impression to impression to impression. And it just blew away rooms. And I would go in there and they're like, we're going to offer you a deal. Like people were offering me, the WB offered me a deal in the room. NBC offered me a deal. The president of NBC that week was a guy named Scott Sassa.
That week is great.
Yeah. And he's like, do you want me to put you on Saturday Night Live? I was like, my answer was it would be an option. So after that meeting, Barry says to me, he goes, I can't believe you've said that. I'm like, what? He goes, the president of NBC asked you if you wanted to be put on Saturday Night Live, and you said it would be an option. I go, yeah, but you told me never show my cards in a meeting. He goes, yeah, but I didn't think you could fucking do it. But I was like, Daryl Hammond was there already.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Fallon had just been cast.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'd be third fiddle at best, and I didn't really have any live experience. I was just doing stand-up. So I took a deal with Warner Brothers. That was the Chicken deal. You remember Chicken, Michael Roof? Uh-huh. And they put us together in a show called Hype that was more like Tripe. But the whole night was Hype Night on the WB. 3 weeks into our season, the WB Sunday. I'm like, the WB Sunday's back. It's not Hype Night anymore. It's back to Steve Harvey, I guess. I got a bunch of stuff, and then I went to Mad TV. I talked about this with Bobby too. Last time I was on with him, I got a deal from Fox behind the scenes, and like, will you come do Mad TV? Because I'd auditioned for Mad TV that first time I went out there before I did that show Hype. That was a show that just, kind of went by the wayside. It wasn't very good. It was trying to be comedy,
right,
as opposed to being comedy. And Mad TV, I didn't even audition the second time. I was just blown away. The room in the first time, they're like, we'll just offer you the show. And I took the offer, and then Fox gave me something to do that. And then behind the scenes, the NFL on Fox, in a different thing, Jimmy Kimmel was still there, and they were bringing me in every once in a while. I'm like, well, this is getting me more play than anything at Mad TV.
Right.
Because Mad TV, very good, incredible cast, great writers, but they would always dumb it down.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are we dumbing everything down? And because the demo was like 14-year-old boys, I'm like, but I'm 30.
Right.
Like, I just don't know. That's not what I thought this was. And it wasn't always like that. It was closer to the Ben Stiller show when it started.
Yeah.
And it just devolved down to, and Fox never had any money for it because their network programming was always in the dumps.
Yeah.
So they had cartoons, and they couldn't promote Mad TV because they had to promote, they were just fighting so hard for their shows to stay above water. And Saturday Night Live, you're never going to beat it. Because they can change the show that moment.
Yeah.
They can change the show an hour, 30 seconds before the show. They can change things during the show if they
Yeah.
need to. And Weekend Update's always going to be the most topical thing. So you're never going to beat that. That was the route. I never ended up even trying to audition for SNL because I did say to Barry too, I was like, well, listen, if the president of the NBC tries to put you on, it doesn't go through Marcy Klein and Lauren and all the people there. They don't want that. They want to find you too.
Right.
So I knew that was going to be
another challenge.
Yeah. And there have been so many great people that you're like that. Elon Gold, Godfrey.
Yeah.
People that you're like, this person would have destroyed on SNL.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't believe. Did you ever audition?
I tested. Yeah.
You tested?
Yeah, I tested. I auditioned, flew back here, then I flew back and I tested, and then it was me and Dan Soder. Do you know Soder?
I think I heard this. Yes.
Yeah, and then it was me, Dan Soder, and Pete Davidson.
Oh, wow.
And you know how that story went.
I don't.
But
a lot of ups and downs in that story.
Lauren
That
flew me
ended
back.
in a really big peak.
Well, Lauren
I
flew
did
me
hear
back. Yeah, he flew me. I did it. I talked about it on Dana's show with Spade, and Lauren flew me back, and that's when my agent was like, "You got it. They don't fly you back unless you're gonna." I flew back. I was in the hotel all day, and then supposed to have like lunch with Lauren or like meet him in the afternoon, and then hours go by, and I went in there, and he was just very blunt and nice about it. To be honest, it was kind of weird. My experience was wonderful.
So I flew you out here to tell you didn't get it.
That's exactly right. Yeah, he said you're not the puzzle piece I'm looking for, and he said you're going to have a great career. You're going to be just fine.
See, we've got a Santa Claus puzzle, and you're like the dogs playing poker.
You know, an advent calendar, it's already been opened. You're one of the numbers that have already been opened. But it was partially the irony of there is I had already done television. I'd done a shitty sitcom, and I'd done some other pilots, and I think he wanted someone that. I mean, Pete was a kid. Pete signed up when he was 20 or something. I don't even remember.
9, I believe.
Yeah. But so I remember me and Soder are the same age, and it was like, well, these guys are kind of. We weren't by any means developed, but we were much further along in the process of TV and film and blah, blah, blah. So I think that also was a little bit of a turn off to him.
By the way, Robert Downey Jr. and you just got to burp out the punchlines. But the funny thing is that Robert Downey Jr. actually, Tony Stark, is Dr. Evil. Throw me your frickin' bone here, please.
Right. And if you add a little air, quite frankly, throw me a freaking bone here. It's Donald Trump.
That is kind of. I think people don't know that Dr. Evil was Mike's impression of Lauren. I mean, people have talked about it since then.
The lay person doesn't always like. Some people, like you'll see somebody in the comments. You know, Dr. Evil is all comics.
We know, we know. But it's funny because then you find out as you go on that Mike, I don't know him. I'm speaking like I know him. But you find out that he kind of has infused a lot of characters from his life in all his stuff. And you'll go, oh, I know who that is.
Personal impressions are just, they become characters.
Yeah.
Characters are impressions of people nobody knows, and you just have the right setup and the right point of view that that enough people can identify it.
And it kind of feels so commonplace. Well, that's why I never didn't do celebrities well. But I would do like a character I did when I tested for SNL. I did this repressed Southern high school football coach who, was kind of into some of the boys. And I stole the voice from one of my dad's friends who used to belittle me when he was a big lumbering man. And he would, he'd go, hey, Andrew, I bet you $100 you can't do 100 push-ups right now, right here, from the dinner table. And he would make me do stuff like that as a kid because he was a big football guy. And I stole that.
But that's not stealing. If you take the it would be if you took it of like somebody's impression. But that's,
I just took the world and put it in this because he would say stuff. He'd be like, go and take your shirt off and do it, and I'd be like, why do I have to take my fucking shirt off? And so I would put that in of this repressed Southern high school football coach he's like, yo, just talking about the boys as they run. Y'all are sweating good. Want to see more sweat? Want to see more sweat? And so I did that as part of my test, and the character did fucking phenomenal. I was like stoked about some of the characters I did that had popped because in my mind, I did them at a couple of venues in LA, and they did okay at like the Improv and stuff in the store, but not until I did it in front of IO West. And then at UCB, I was like, oh, because they wanted it more.
Right.
They were like, oh, they're into the characters. When I did it, when I was doing them at the store, it was just so not what I always did that people were like, what the fuck is he doing?
Right.
So I kind of hid it. I didn't really tell all my friends I was doing it.
Did you ever work Stanford and Sons?
I did.
So there's the
Man.
Craig Glazer.
Yeah, Craig Glazer. I'll pick you up from the airport.
I think I got a couple stories, but he had the greatest thing because one time I'd just gotten Mad TV. So this is a guy who was like totally.
And he's
Grease,
gone. He's
like-
no longer with us, and
No.
we rest in peace. Craig was
Yeah,
a wild character.
He's not in heaven. What is this? It's a little warmer here. He's almost Beetlejuice. hey, come here. I got something for you. I guess.
Hey, come here.
That's where. That'd be funny. Michael Keaton's like, you ever gone to Stanford? You ever been there? You ever been there? That's where I got Beetlejuice. Yeah, there's a guy there, Craig Glazer. You ever hear him? I guess. Okay, so Glazer's like he's like. I'd never been there to Kansas City, and he was a promotional maniac.
Correct, yeah.
And everything, he was on the radio, TV, and everything, and so he's talking about all this stuff. He's like, so I go, as long as you don't mention Mad TV, we're good because it's not out there yet that I'm on there. He's like, no, I haven't mentioned it anywhere. Nobody knows about it. Don't worry about it. We're driving in his like Corvette.
Yeah.
Over a hill, there's a giant billboard. Mad TV's Frank Caliendo. He turns to me. He goes, "Are you pissed?"
Yeah, dude.
I went, "How you? Are you pissed?" Like you could have told me that you didn't know, or you just had done it. But it was like 2 days until we see that billboard. And they said, "Are you pissed?" But I would do a thing like he claimed to have created every comedian in the world
Of all time. He'd take credit.
So Seinfeld came in. He's doing prop comedy. I said, "What are you doing?" Start making observations, the minutia and the little things in the world. Next thing you know, he's got the Seinfeld shows, making millions of dollars. Where my Stanford Sons? Think about it. Carrot Top, on the other hand, Carrot Top wanted to do intelligent, high-level thinking type of comedy. I said, "That's not for you. What you got to do is get a couple of trunks, pull things out of it, keep the hair. You quit cutting your hair." Next thing you know, he's in Vegas making millions of dollars. Where am I? Stanford Sons. Think about it. But I said to Dave Chappelle, I said, have some cultural comedy. Think about things that are going around. I said the same thing. Bill Burr, go on rants. Bill Burr wanted to stick to his act. I said, don't stick to your act. The back's incredible. You do tremendous things. But I said, here's what you do. You go on an Opie Anthony show. You talk to the crowd. You go on a 12-minute rant. Next thing you know, he's making millions of dollars. Where am I? Stanford Sons. Think about it. So I created pretty much every single comedian that has ever been through. Dane Cook, he didn't want to have any animation. Sebastian Maniscalco didn't repeat things. I said, no, you got to do it loudly. Move your arms around. Move your arms around. If they're offering you peanuts, you don't have to have a punchline. Just tell them they're offering you peanuts. Say it 3 times. And you will get people to enjoy what you're saying because it'll make you think about it. And there he is. Sebastian Maniscalco. I said, and he wanted to go by Sam Maniscalco. I said, no, Sebastian Maniscalco. I said, the longer name, the Italian, the spaghetti, people get in their mind. They understand. Next thing you know, he's making millions of dollars. Where am I? Sanford. Think about it. So I have these ideas. I give them to people. They understand. But, it's just, I'm a giver.
Except he would take from your fucking check. This guy, I'll never forget. He picked me up. No, he had a Lotus. He had a Lotus at one time. If you know what this is, a very small little 2-door car. He had a tiny Lotus.
Got it down to 1 door for a while.
And he goes, I'll pick you up from the airport. And I was like, oh, you're going to pick me up? I thought, because I'm thinking it was going to be an opener or a runner or something. No, I'll pick you up myself. Okay, he picks me up. We're in the front seat, and he's taking me by down to Kansas City. He's like, best restaurant. I don't know if you can't afford something like that, but that's the best restaurant in Kansas City. And then he's driving around. And he goes, hey, before we go to the hotel, you cool if I pick up my girl? And I was like, your girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, you're cool. I was like, I'm cool, I guess. And he goes, we're going to get Black Barbie. That's what he called her, Black Barbie. We're going to get Black Barbie. And I'm thinking, what is this play that he's talking? And then he pulls up to this like apartment complex, and this like 6'2" woman wearing like a tiny little mini skirt. I mean, boobs out. And he goes, go ahead and scoot over. I was like, it's a 2-seater car. And he goes, oh, she'll get in the back. Black Barbie doesn't give a shit. and he makes me get out. I pick up the seat of like, old two-seater sports car, and this 6'2" woman in heels is like smash in the thing, and I'm continually going, "Are you sure? Is this okay?" And he goes, "She doesn't care, man. She'll fold into anything. It doesn't even matter."
You ever see when the magician puts the lady in a box? That's what she does. She worked with Copperfield for years. I said, originally Copperfield was trying to get really fat ladies and put them in boxes. I said, no, grab the thin ones so they are limber. And you get them around, you can twist them in a pretzel. I put her in the box. Next thing you know, Copperfield's got his own island doing whatever he wants. Makes his own rules. Where am I, Sanford and Sons? Think about it.
For people that don't know, goddamn, Frank, that's
I think he could be a character. I mean, it's
so
you just got
funny.
to set him up right enough and just find the right thing. It could be outside of comedy.
Yeah.
And it's the guy working somewhere that claims to have.
He invented Velcro.
Yeah, there was. People were tying their shoes. I said, "What are you going to do? Tying your shoes? You're going to end up. You bend down. You got to tie the shoe. You got to memorize the knot. A lot of people don't have the dexterity to do that. You get older." I said, "How about we take 2 strips of some type of fabric, one that has kind of like tiny little hooks, and another one that's kind of a fuzzy type of deal. Have the hooks attached to the fuzzy, and then make a funny sound when it opens up." Next thing you know, the Velcro people, they're making millions of dollars. Where am I, Sanford? So think about it.
God, it's so fucking brilliant. And that club, everyone had to go through that club. Like everyone did that fucking club. And I did it because I had heard other headliners go, "Well, you could do it. They'll headline you even if it was early," because it was early for me to even have my own weekend. And they were like, "He'll do it. He'll headline you early, and you'll get fucking no money. I'll lose money on the trip." And I did. And then I was there for the second iteration when they had like a catwalk. It was like he had a long theater they had bought. He had to go out on a catwalk. He's like, use a catwalk. Go out there, man. Show off. Like he wanted me to walk out on a catwalk. It was nuts. But you lived through a lot of the changeover clubs, right? Like the generation above me, you guys kind of get a lot. You saw a lot of those go from one company to another one, then be bought, and then or either all the mom and pops that closed down. Like you saw that revolution.
That was actually some of that was before me. I saw as the improvs were starting to come around.
Yeah.
And so I actually started I graduated from college in 1996. I got on the college circuit for the first 3 or 4 years and did mostly that. So I got to that about 2000 is where I'm doing clubs.
Okay.
So it was on the back end of a lot of those types of clubs.
That switch over, the changeover.
Yeah, there was some go, but I didn't know. I don't even know the story. Like there were so many clubs in Chicago I'd never heard of. I just did Zanies in Chicago. Bert has Zanies in Chicago. So I
Chicago,
the Chicagoland area. Yeah. Be careful going through the magnetometer.
Whoever that was at the O'Hare Airport. O'Hare were the only toilet seats that had like the condom that went around.
Yeah,
it.
the rotating condom seat. Yeah, it's so gross.
It was the weirdest thing. It was like a full-on lifesaver.
Yeah, but you knew. I always thought there's no big roll in there. They've got it just rotating the same thing. Yeah.
This one looks stained multiple times.
What do you? So now you're touring again.
I'm starting to do a bunch more because my wife's spending a lot of money. I put a lot of money away, and then I put like so much that I don't want to touch.
Sure.
That I'm like, well, now I got to force myself to go do some stuff and create some new thing because I don't want to pay the penalties on the money I put away.
That's right.
So it's
got to go to work.
So I'm getting myself out there and doing some more stuff, and I create on stage. I find stuff hits me in the middle, like things have happened here.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, this is a tangent I can go on. And that's where the fun is going to be. So, and I want to tell more stories and do more about me because that's a difficult thing for people. They come out to see the act. They don't always come out to hear what I have to say. They can come out to see what I'm going to do. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like people come to hear what's Andrew kind of annoyed by. What's getting his goat? People don't do that as much for me as they're like, what's he going to do? What's the next thing? It's a magic trick. You don't care about the magician in the middle all the time. You're like, okay, we get it. You're conjuring demons to make an ace of spades. Fantastic. But just show us the aces. It's table magic. Just tell me how, I want to not see where you're pulling that card from.
Right.
So,
But have you started to?
Yeah, it's been on and off, but I just have to get on stage more and more and more to do it. Because if you take too long of a break, you don't get in the flow.
Right.
And it's like I build each night as I'm on the road. I build little bits here and there, and then go back and go, okay, so I can add this, take out that.
Yeah, but I think with you, it's like as time goes on, I think for someone like me, I'd want to see you obviously do what you do the best, but also build out your storytelling and not just the, like you're saying, show the ace of spades. Like I think you're at a point in your life and your career when you've done so much that you're like, I can tell.
For example, a
straight
bit
narrative.
I've been doing is about that Madden movie. So I get a call from my agents, and I've told the story a bunch, but it's different because you're here.
Yeah.
But it's they're like, and the reason I keep doing this is because I sweat on my upper lip and it really looks bad.
No, I was staring at it. I liked it. Yeah.
Is that the football coach?
Yeah.
Andrew, you watching the sweat drip down his lip, boy. Man, that looks good, doesn't it?
Next thing you know, he's on NBC inside Where Am I? Stanford and Sons. Thank God this time.
So I get a call from an agent, and he goes, well, first of all, they wanted me to audition for the Madden movie for the part of Howard Cosell. And I'm like, I don't really do a Howard Cosell. And the only thing I could think of is if I even got this movie, I'm going to be, this is Howard. I'm doing a terrible
Howard
house.
Cosell.
Right, just terrible. I'm like, people are just going to say the whole time, that's terrible, should have done Madden, right? But Nicolas Cage is Madden. So then I get a call later after I just didn't even want to do the audition. I'm like, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to be good. But I was also thinking at the time, they probably want to just talk to me about Madden.
Yeah.
Like there's probably, that always happens to me where somebody wants to meet with me about something. They want somebody, a much more famous person. They're like, well, we're going to just kind of work on some of the stuff you have. We're going to tell them what you do. I'm like, I'm not giving away the formula. And my agent calls me back and is like, Nicolas Cage and the director want to talk to you about this movie on a Zoom. I'm like, no. He's like, what do you mean no? I'm like, I don't want to do a Zoom with Nicolas Cage. I want to hang out with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, fuck
I
a
want to
Zoom.
go to Vegas. I want to ride sidecar to the Ghost Rider. I want to do Leslie Stahl walk and talk. I want to be in there. I want him to take me around, and he's got his exotic animals, be in his basement. Here's my monitor lizard. What would John Madden say to this monitor lizard? We're going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Boom. Yeah, so that's the bit, right? So, but those real things, I'm trying to take those real things and make them stories in my act and then elaborate on them more in the act and build those out. That's the key to me is the first step of just getting people to, because they want to hear. Anytime I say a person's name, people think the impression's coming next.
Sure.
So it's like I could say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody that's Brad Pitt. They're like, oh, he's going to do Brad. No, I'm not going to. I just mentioned his name.
Right.
If I could do Brad Pitt, do you think I'd stop doing it? I do it all the time.
Right.
If I could do Brad Pitt.
He's a hard one to do, though.
Yeah, well, I think some of it's going to be the look.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. And he's not much of a cartoon character. He's a pretty subtle actor.
Very subtle.
A friend of mine can do a great one too, and I've seen him do it. So that's another reason Ross Marquand. So Ross is like unbelievable with it.
He's got it nailed.
Oh yeah.
How about Obama?
Let me be clear. That is what this is about. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I can break down. That's how I like break 1, 2, whatever. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That.
You gotta folks. Pie.
The presidential number count is
Yeah. Well, a bit I talk about is like Trump would make up his numbers. He's P.T. Barnum, a president. Biden would struggle with the numbers.
Yeah.
And everything goes back to Scranton, Pennsylvania. What's the man going to Scranton, Pennsylvania? 3, 4, 5. He's like a drunk auctioneer. 608. So come on. Right here. 600 AD. It's the fall of the Roman Empire. The Romans, salad guy Caesar, was defeated by Mario and Luigi. Folks, they were plumbers. So it's like finding those. Where were we going? Where the voices? So But you find the cadence. How many Christopher Walkens have you've heard low, you've heard high,
Yeah.
you've heard in the middle. It doesn't matter where the note is. It's what's the music that's played. What are the notes actually, not the tone. So with counting, with like Robert Downey Jr., it's just 1, 2, burp, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Liam Neeson is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can even do that better. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's better. But there's those cadences like Michael Keaton. 1, I guess. You gonna go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you add them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Has it been embedded since you were a kid?
I think so.
Like when you were a little kid, were you fucking around doing
No.
that?
I was very quiet until about middle school. Then I kind of broke out of my shell, and I was a little bit more. There was a guy, the kid Darren Barsh. I always talk about him. Like he was a good-looking kid, but he had frosted tips like before anybody had like that. Like he had bleached part of his hair, but his nostrils always flared out. And he just kind of he had a rhythm to him like this, and he had that comb. He'd feather his hair, kind of a thing. Yeah. The 2-hand featherer. But it was like I would do impressions of him and Mark Christensen, Coach Christensen, the basketball coach. I had him for U.S. history, like Mr. Caliendo. Can you go up to the map and show us where the United States is? I'd point to the blue. He goes, sit down, Mr. Caliendo. That's water.
That's water. Well, I gotta say, this has been a clinic. It's like an exercise. I mean, it's like amazing.
But you can do something. It's funny.
No, but you're. It's just different.
I used to be better too. That's the crazy thing. I used to work at it so hard, which I need to get myself working hard at the. I've done this. Maybe you probably never seen it, but there's so many voices that are so close to each other.
Yeah.
And I take two things. This is a thing I did on social media. There's two voices. You can take Kermit the Frog and Fozzie Bear. Kermit the Frog is Jim Henson. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, right? And then Frank Oz is Fozzie Bear. Ah, waka, 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 right in there. And if you take Kermit the Frog and bring it down, it becomes John C. Reilly. Did you touch my drum set? And then if you add some air to it, it becomes Mark Ruffalo. I see this as an absolute win. And you bring it down even more, it becomes Paul Giamatti. I believe that is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, if you bring it back up and you tighten it up and go back to John C. Reilly and then bring it back to Seth Rogen, I don't know, which is actually the Burt laugh. And then you could take those Fozzie-ish voices and you get Joe Rogan. Wow! Oh my God, Jamie, that is fucking nuts. Jamie, pull that up. Oh my God, that's crazy. That is fucking crazy.
So everybody is in.
There's a lot in that.
Everyone's a mix from Fozzie to Kermit.
Yeah, there's a bunch in that grouping.
Right.
I mean, there are others that you can take them too, like John Madden. Hey, folks, John, if I took Nicolas Cage here, and I brought it back into they made it glottal, so you got to get rid of the air. You can actually hear, and it gets in there. That gets right before you get to Fozzie. So it's here, and then you tighten up right, and now you're talking in here.
Jesus Christ.
Because Cage is up here.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. How did I not see that? But you bring those, which is Keanu Reeves is in there. You know, they're like those voices that are up in the front.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you insured your voice?
No.
You should.
What would I insure?
Insure your throat. Insure you can insure it. Okay. What if you lose your voice?
I'm done. I'm a mime.
And I'd be the best mime. A lot of people said, you can't be a mime. And I said, what's this? I'm running into the wind. I'm a windrunner. Now, like, you know what I am? I'm stuck in a box. I'm in the box. Now I'm pulling rope. He's the only mime that would tell you what he's doing. He was like, listen.
He'd give it all away.
I do I do a mime who speaks, and the best. And I don't even need the clown makeup.
The only mime that speaks. I'm the only mime that speaks. And I'm in a box here. I'm in a box, and not alone. There's of course a couple of supermodels
And a lot
in
of a lot of mimes do the box, and a lot of mimes do the pull the rope. I do them both. I'm pulling the rope, and I'm in a box.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I want to say something. I hope I can see you because I want to see the full new act. I hope I see you soon.
Yeah, well, it's developing, and now that I'm on the road, it's I got to get more of the stories. That's funny because I have a lot of things that go back that I have to I pull from stuff that older stuff, and then I go off on tangents to build it.
Yeah,
and it's like I got to figure out how to get rid of the stuff that's at the beginning that's kind of old, and then get the new things.
But I mean, that's going to be trial and error with you figuring out what the stories that you like and that you don't, that you get over. You know what I mean? The stuff that you're like, it's almost like when you're trying new jokes and you're like, God, I like that so much, but I just want a piece of it to fill this other joke. Yeah. We beg, borrow, and steal.
And that's so funny because you can take your own joke and just switch the situation slightly, and it's like, well, that's the same joke from 10 years ago. It's
nobody cares. Yeah. They don't care. They just want to see you do it. I think that one thing, I don't know who told me, but there was an older manager. Oh, David Steinberg, who just passed away. Steinberg was Robin Williams' manager, Billy Crystal. And Steinberg said to me, he's like, you guys are so fucking obsessed with throwing away material. And I said, well, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like a comics code thing sometimes where you do an hour and you do it. And he's like, who told you to do that? I said, I don't know. I just think we all kind of do that instinctually. He's like, cut it out. He's like, it's your stuff. You made it. He's like, you can do it as freely and as frequently as you want.
I've done the same thing so many times. I'm doing it up here now.
But he was right.
Oh, look down there, Craig Glazer. Ooh. Things are heating up.
But that's the thing about hell. They have the greatest. You get great fire, and you can make tremendous marshmallows. I said to Beelzebub, I said to him, you're not doing everything you can with the fire. I said, we can make great things. Fire can be fire. It's not like Frankenstein. It doesn't have to be bad.
Doesn't have to be bad.
The cavemen, without fire, they would have been frozen. Would have been just a bunch of Swanson meals. And I said, no. I don't think they had those around back then. Of course they did.
Yeah, he would actually convince you that they did.
They had TV dinners. They had. How could they not have TV dinners? They weren't the same. They didn't have. They didn't use plastic because they didn't have plastic yet. But they used They used leaves.
Oh shit, Frank! I want to thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
very graciously for coming on.
Son knew the Andrew guy.
The Andrew man, yeah.
The Andrew man.
The Andrew man. That Andrew man. It was. It's been an honest pleasure. When I met you, I told you that, man. I was like, God, I can't wait to sit with you. For the fans, please go see this young lad on tour. I imagine it's got to be frankcaliendo.com.
It is, but you don't have to. You can spell Caliendo, the letter C, the word alien, and the word do. Frank C. Alien do. But I also got frankonstage.com.
Frankonstage.com. Frank C. Alien do.
Yeah.
That's a pretty great way to do it.
I didn't think I came up with it. Somebody told me I did. I still think it was Harlan Williams.
That sounds right.
Hey, buddy, did you know there's an alien in your name?
Yeah.
Did you know that? Why are you doing that? Because I always do that, buddy.
Hey,
now,
buddy.
Hey, can I get around?
Santines. Hey.
Hey, Andrew Santini. Is that your uncle, the great Santini?
Harlan, one of the funniest.
Oh, unbelievable. I can do. Harlan is, hey there with your Hardin's Greek Santa going around the whiskey war. He just looks around the room.
Yeah, he just finds it.
He's Kaiser Sose. That's what it is. It's like, take the whiskey ginger there with the framed picture of yourself making a funny face and the guy with the name I can't remember, but it's awkward. Look at these cameras over there and the golf clubs next to the skateboard with the scorpion on it. There you go, my friend.
Go to see frankonstage.com. Frank C. Alien do. It means the world to me that you're on the show. I appreciate you. We end the show the same way. You look into that camera right there, and you say one word or one phrase, used to be a word, then it became a phrase, and then kind of switched around. But you're imparting this wisdom upon our audience. So whatever you want to leave it with, leave them.
That was it.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.